Hey y'all, welcome to another. You actually scared me. You actually got me good that time. I can't imagine there are people gonna have a jump scare. They're gonna be like,
There's only one of them. That's what they're gonna think, and then there's gonna be two of us.
oh man.
Welcome back to For the Love of Film 2.0. I am your co-host, Garrett Cap.
I'm your other co-host, Alicia Lucas. Today, we have a very special episode that we've been looking forward to for a very long time.
Oh my goodness, since it was announced.
Can you just take a wild guess?
It's the Batman. The Batman. A 2022 film that got 86% on the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and an 89% on the audience score. A budget of $200 million, and as of today, after opening weekend, it grossed $128.5 million domestically and $250 million worldwide. Glad to see movies are back in swing.
4 days?
Yeah, well,
4 days?
They had like a fan event the second, and then like
5 days? A week?
yeah, like
almost. Almost a week.
Well, yeah, from the second, yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it. I
Great
just gotta
movie.
say that.
Seriously,
Oh
I mean,
my goodness.
It exceeded every expectation
Oh yeah.
by far.
To see Batman and to not see the origin is so refreshing. This is the first Batman that we haven't seen
True.
like the proper origin of on screen. And it was good. So that is something to behold. This is year 2. You come in at year 2 of the Batman. And you can tell he is grappling and he gets beat up. I mean, like, you can tell that he's a force to be reckoned with, but, you know, when guys start teaming up on him, he's not as refined in his skills as, like, the Dark Knight Batman. Or, you know, he hasn't been trained by Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, they hint to that in the movie. It's not necessarily a spoiler. It's just, he hasn't been trained by Ra's al Ghul. I wonder if he will be. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, it was very nice to see him just, like, scrap and kind of get into it with some criminals that knew how to fight, but just were obviously no match for him at the end of the day, you know. He just beats up on guys. Loved it. Loved it for them.
Had a great cast.
Oh, a great cast. Robert Pattinson plays Batman. I said Patterson.
You said Patterson. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Robert Bat. I've been so used to calling him Robert Bat.
Robert Bat. That's the reason you called him Robert Bat, because you can't say his actual name.
No, you can't say his actual name. Zoe Kravitz, which I'm surprised I got through that one after I got through Robert Pattinson. Jeez. I can say Zoe Kravitz, I can't say Robert Pattinson. Goodness.
You still can't say it.
I still can't say it.
Robert Bat.
She plays Catwoman. Jeffrey Wright plays Detective James Gordon. Actually, he's a lieutenant, soon to be commissioner. We'll see how that plays out. Andy Serkis plays Alfred, which was the most stunning casting choice for me because he doesn't look like an Alfred.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. He kind of looks a little more rough around the edges than Alfred.
Yeah.
At least the Dark Knight Alfred.
Yeah, because the Dark Knight Alfred's just an old man. He's an old butler. But I mean, we kind of get a reason for why he looks, you know, a little bit like more
rough around the edges.
Rough around the edges, a bit more muscular and like I don't know. He kind of looks like an old like retired fighter, like an MMA fighter, a little bit. Obviously not as much muscle, but you know. And Colin Farrell, who plays Penguin, which was arguably, I'd say my favorite villain in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I love the Penguin. And to see where he ends up at the end of the movie is really nice.
Really nice. Just general, you know, you have, you know, Batman, and obviously our like number one villain here is like the Riddler, so we just see that you know, battle, that combination going on throughout the entire movie, and I think that was honestly my best, like the tension there was my favorite part of like just some cool stuff, honestly.
Yeah. I like that they made the Riddler not so cartoony, because a lot of the times, you know, you
Which
think
I
of like
expected,
Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
you think like Jim Carrey, he's got the green suit with all the question marks on it, he's got the cane with the question mark on it, and the top hat, and it's a bit more, or not a top hat, like a bowling cap, but you know what I mean. It's a bit more like silly.
Hat, man.
This one seemed a bit, I mean, the whole movie kind of seemed a bit more grounded.
Definitely.
Even more so than The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It seemed a bit more grounded, even more than that trilogy does. That trilogy has some like mysticism to it a little bit, especially the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it. Obviously, there were parts that I didn't like, but we'll get into that more in the spoiler section.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I have to say for non-spoilers.
For non-spoilers, just a general, go watch the movie.
Go watch it.
Seriously. If
It's
you
so
haven't watched
good.
it, like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Honestly, go watch it.
This
Go right
movie-
now. Go.
Go.
I'm kidding.
This movie inspired my friend who had never seen the Dark Knight trilogy to watch the Dark Knight trilogy. That's how
didn't
good
see
this
it.
movie is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't be saying names.
But did they come to the movie with us?
No.
Okay.
No. We saw this movie with a lot of friends. That's why I'd recommend you watch this movie. Not in the RPX theater. Apparently Regal Premium Experience does not mean Regal Premium seats. It's just a better screen, a better sound quality. But I digress.
Yeah, I want to go see it again in
I
the
wanna-
recliner seats.
Yeah. Okay.
If you haven't watched it, go.
Well, a couple things before non-spoilers. A couple things when you go watch this movie. One, I'm a big fan of novelty popcorn containers. AMC has a novelty popcorn container that is shaped like Robert Battenbat's head. It's incredible. Please, go see it at AMC, get that. Although if you do see it at a Regal theater, that cup, it's like
It's so
carved.
cool. Yeah,
it looks
it
like
has
carved,
carved.
chiseled, like
Yeah.
there's the Batmobile and there's bats flying on it and there's Batman. So the cup from Regal is better. But then the second time you go see it, like we're gonna see it the second time you go see it at AMC, get that Robert Pattinson head.
Watch it twice.
Pattinson head. Watch it twice. Patterson. I keep saying Patterson.
It's not Patterson.
All right, we'll give you
it's
10
not James
seconds.
Patterson.
We'll give you 10 seconds to click off.
Go watch it. Go watch the movie.
Go watch it. Buy your ticket now. Oh boy, we're fading in and out of reality. 10 seconds. Oh boy. Dice
All
playing a
right.
little joke on us. All right, that was probably 15 seconds. That was 15 seconds. So if you really didn't click off, you're screwing
You're
yourself.
gonna hit me in the face with your hand, and I'm immediately just gonna start wailing on you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm like Batman, all right?
All right.
All right.
Let's talk about this movie. Real talk. Real talk. All right, we start
Okay.
off this movie. We have obviously a lot of corruption. It's Gotham City. What else is new? You know what I mean? We have a
Yeah.
disaster. Just everything. Everyone's getting beat up. The banks are being robbed. Buildings are getting broken into. We have everything going on, and then we have vengeance.
Vengeance. He's never
We
called
have
Batman.
the spotlight in the sky, and everyone, all of these criminals go like,
Yeah.
"You
you're
never
like,
saw me here. You never saw me here. I was never here." Robert Battenbat's not getting
Rob
me
Battenbat.
today.
This man.
This is not
man's
getting
man.
me today.
Not getting
So
me
that's
today.
how we have that kind of like he's been there. He's been
Yeah.
around for a while.
For
There's
2
no
years.
origin story yet. He's been there
Yeah.
for 2 years. You know,
People know what that signal means now.
Yeah. They know him, they fear him, and that's where we start off the movie.
You get a
Great
little
start.
bit. You get a little sliver of the origin of the bat signal. Just a shot of it just being constructed, and that's it.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. But
Yeah.
just that's how we start the movie off. You know?
Incredible.
Incredible. And we also have, obviously the very beginning of the movie, the mayor's death.
Yeah. And then a monologue by the Batman,
yes.
which is an incredible monologue. I loved it. It definitely shows Batman's early years of like more revenge based. He's more out for like
Definitely.
vengeance, and it's more. He feels more like a villain almost.
Yeah.
A villain to the villains.
Yeah, he doesn't seem, it definitely does not seem like a hero.
Yeah.
This is the most like raw vigilante that I've
Yeah.
like really been able to like grasp that concept. Like there's a part of you that kind of doesn't know if it's a good idea for him to be on the streets, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really only been 2 years, and the police lieutenant Gordon is
The only,
the only one who really
Seen-
trusts
yeah.
him. Or really even, you don't really see a lot of people talking about him. He's only been out there for 2 years. To them, he might just be just another criminal, just another part of the riffraff, you know? But it was really interesting to see that kind of depth in him of like, I'm vengeance, that's all I am. And you don't even hear anyone call him Batman.
No.
You just say he's vengeance. Like that's what he's referred to.
In fact, the only person that calls him Batman throughout the entire movie is the Riddler.
The Riddler.
Which I think is so good. Everybody else calls him Vengeance, basically.
No.
That's it.
The Bat and the Cat. The Catwoman calls him the Bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other than that, they don't even really refer to him. Now that I think about it,
yeah.
no. I mean, they call, like, the criminals somewhat call him Vengeance every once in a while. It's
Yeah.
like kind of almost like a joke in a way.
Yeah. When Penguin's coming around the corner with the gun, like to shoot him.
Yeah.
And when he's laying down on the car or on the ground next to the car, like, hey, vengeance.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
like a tease almost.
yeah. So he doesn't really have like a fully formed identity. Even to the criminals, they don't even know what he's
and
really
even after
up
2
to.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So-
still just another guy.
I think
they
that's
don't
so
even know.
interesting.
I know.
That's so interesting.
You always see Batman as like, everyone has an opinion on Batman in The Dark Knight. Everyone has an opinion on the Batman and, well, we didn't really get much in Batman versus Superman. But people were talking about it. Like, people knew who Batman was. But this one, it seemed a bit more realistic where it's like, we don't know, man, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Let's go with least favorite scene and then we'll do most favorite scene.
All right. So what was your least favorite scene?
There was one part of a conversation between Batman and Catwoman that I did not like. Catwoman just lost her friend, or her friend's not at the apartment anymore, right?
Right.
And then Batman's just like, dang, that's wild, just like stoic, because he doesn't understand what it's actually like to be in that position.
Yeah.
He's more just like, he knows like textbook knowledge about the streets of like, this is the dark underbelly of Gotham, but he's never like there in
Been
reality.
there and, yeah,
So he's a bit more like
experienced it.
removed from it. And then Catwoman just like kind of snaps out of her like upsetness and starts talking like calmly to him. It's like, you should be way more upset.
Wait, what are you talking about?
When they walk into the apartment and she's like, oh, what's the girl's name? It's like some Russian name.
It is. It's like a list.
Ivanka?
And Annie.
Ani. Yeah.
Annika.
She's something like that. She's like, Annika. And she's, rummaging around Nani, like looking for
Oh, when she gets like the
frantically.
milk or whatever?
Yeah, it's just like,
she's
I'm
like
just gonna
chilling.
Get this glass of milk.
Yeah.
2%.
I mean, 2%. In a way, I kind of get it because there's nothing that she can do in the moment and she kind of needs to focus on it.
Yeah.
But I see how that's a little bit like kind of out of character for someone who's like their friend is missing,
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What's your least favorite scene?
The beginning. Just like the first introduction we get whenever, like, my only issue with this entire movie is how slow the beginning was. It was just so slow. I could not stand it. I was like,
It takes a while.
it takes a while to really like start getting good. And so in the beginning, I was kind of like, can we like move on? Can we, like, he was walking down the hallway to get to the mayor's office to see the dead body and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he was just walking so slowly, and everyone around him was like whispering about him. And I get what that scene is supposed to portray. It's just like so slow. And then Lieutenant Gordon was talking to him, and he was like talking really slow and like quietly, and they were just talking very slow.
Yeah.
And I was like, just speak like normal people. Like, I get that you guys are all like, Batman or.
I mean, there's like a dead body. You kind of have to be respectful.
I know, but.
I get it though.
Just talk. That was the only thing. The first like 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, I was like irritated just at how slow things were moving.
Yeah.
So I guess like that whole area was my least favorite part. I remember it. I'm glad I do, but definitely my least favorite part.
Probably my favorite scene, as you've put it, most favorite scene.
All right, whatever.
Was the 3 times that he went up to the door at the Iceberg Lounge. He went up 3 times. He went up once as Batman and was just
Batman.
like, can I like
Get in.
get in? And they're just like,
No.
look at this guy.
Look at this
guy.
bozo.
And then he just beats him up like crazy.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Wayne comes up and he's like, can I talk to Falcone? And they're just like, why, of course,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Go ahead.
Of course,
And
then the third time, they open the door and no one's there. And he just drops down, beats him up, he's done. He's just mowing through him. And then that's the final, like, that's the time where you really see Batman.
Yeah.
I feel like the first time it's just like, he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's knocking on the door.
And also, that was a very like quick thing that he did. He barely did any recon for the place and stuff. He just kind of went, all right, I'm gonna barrel through here as fast as I possibly can. Got beat up.
Yeah.
And it was just, that was interesting to me.
He's so like amateur. It makes sense, that progression of like, I can just do it at the first. You know, I can just do it. He gets beat up pretty bad. The only reason that he doesn't get pretty much killed, really, is because Penguin stops him.
Yeah.
And then the next time, he's just like, I'll just get in with my Bruce Wayne like swagger. And he just walks up. Okay. It's not really swagger.
Actually, I take it back. I have more gripes with this movie, but continue.
But anyway, he's just like, I just get in being Bruce Wayne, being the billionaire, you know?
Yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, we can just let you in. And then the last one is like, these guys don't know what's up. I'm gonna scare them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess them up. I'm actually Batman now, and I'm actually going to like use some real strategy and real tactics to get into this place.
Yeah.
Because before he was just so amateur, and then he was like just kind of gave up in the middle, and then at the end he was just like, I know who I am. I know that these people are not gonna stand a chance.
I think that's a fascinating, like the three like parallels that they kind of drew.
Yeah.
To just his entire character arc throughout the story.
Yeah.
Him growing in himself and, you know, seeing Bruce Wayne for the first time in a while. As I mentioned, I think I have one more gripe with the story. I don't like Bruce Wayne.
That you're not supposed to. I don't think.
I don't have any good words. I don't like him. I think he's being a little baby.
This movie was not a Batman origin story. It was a Bruce Wayne origin story.
I hope so, because I was talking to my friend about my opinion about this movie. I love the Dark Knight's Bruce Wayne. I hate this Bruce Wayne. I love this Batman. I don't particularly like the Dark Knight's Batman.
I think this movie does a great job of showing, in the early years of Batman, he doesn't know how to be anyone else other than Batman. He doesn't know how to be Bruce Wayne. He doesn't know how to be the philanthropist billionaire who has to put on a happy face and be a good person to the people.
I'm fine with him being not that great of a person, as long as he's there. I kind of feel like they mention a few times that he's just non-existent. Like he's one of the most secluded people, like in the city. Which would make
sense. I mean, he doesn't know how to be anyone else but Batman at the time. But at the end of the movie, when he goes from being vengeance to being hope, is when Bruce Wayne will come in and be the philanthropist, billionaire, hopeful character that he needs to be.
I hope I see that.
I think you will in the second movie. Definitely think you will.
Even then, I think that Robert Pattinson looks like a wet dog when he's Bruce Wayne. So sorry. I still can't do it. I think he looks like a wet dog.
I think he's an attractive man.
I think specifically Bruce Wayne has these giant suits that don't fit him. I feel like he
does kind of get swallowed by his suits.
Yeah. I think he looks like a wet dog, and his hair is always like down and emo and like.
I kind of like that though. I kind of like that for a Batman, like year 2 Batman. He gets beat up every night, you know? He's not going to be this happy-go-lucky guy when he's not the Batman. Because you know, for most of the Batman stories that you hear, Bruce Wayne is the mask that he puts on. And the Batman is the real,
I have heard that.
Persona of, well, who is Bruce Wayne, you know? But even when he grabs the lasso of truth in a comic, and everyone says their real identity, but Superman goes, I'm Clark Kent, and the Flash goes, I'm Barry Allen, and Batman goes, I'm Batman.
That's crazy. I did not know about that.
Yeah. The comics are so cool. He becomes the god of knowledge at one point. Pretty dope. That's just cool. I'm coughing. My allergies are killing me.
Your voice is so high.
I know. My allergies are killing me. You're the third person to laugh at me. You're the third person to laugh at me.
So sorry.
God, I bet Zach's laughing too. He's got his face behind the camera. Laughing at me.
Okay, all right, we're moving on. We have 10 minutes or so. My favorite scene, my most favorite scene. probably Batmobile.
Oh,
I've always
Batmobile.
loved Batmobile scenes in every movie, every Batman media I've consumed. Batmobile is my favorite thing ever.
Half tank, half sports car.
Yeah, seeing his, first of all, hearing it, seeing it come out, being like, wow! But also seeing it go through the fire, and that was insane, and I was pogging the whole time. But
I say Rotten Tomatoes, and everyone freaks out. He says pogging, and everyone's in the comments saying pog. Yeah, no, I see how it is. All right.
flood the comments with just the word pog to say you support me.
Flood the
Whose
comments.
side are you on?
Flood the comments with
Tomatoes or pog?
flood the comments with "We love Garrett's voice and haircut," and to support me.
Take your hat off.
I'm not taking my hat off.
Yeah.
I did it
okay.
last episode.
Anyway, what was the scene that had you on the edge of your seat, Garrett?
You have one in mind?
Nope. Hold on.
I love the car chase scene.
Ooh. I got one. Huh?
I love the car chase scene.
Oh yeah.
Even though we saw it in the trailer, it was just nice to see the whole thing in action.
I didn't actually.
He
I
just
actually didn't
barrels
watch the
through that
trailers.
concrete. He just barrels through that concrete pipe. Just, so cool.
Such a cool
The
car scene.
Batmobile is really cool. It lost the wheel, and Joker ran away into that little rhyme that we did as a kid. You remember?
No.
Jingle bells, Batman smells. No, I don't know if we'll get
Oh
copywritten.
yeah, we probably.
We'll get copywritten.
But I think my most like the scene that had me on the edge of my seat was at the end where he pulled up the thing and he was like putting the pieces together in his head about like what might be going on that he hasn't prepared for with Riddler. We haven't talked enough about Garrett.
What?
I have a proposition to make to
Okay,
you.
go for it.
Next week, Batman Part 2.
Batman Part 2.
We discussed something else for next week, but I'm thinking we do Batman Part 2. Because there's so much in this movie.
There
We
is
have
so
5
much.
minutes left. There's so much in this movie. We can't do this all in one part. And we're watching it again, right?
Yeah, of course we are.
Yay.
We're doing it Sunday.
Yay!
Come watch this movie with us.
Yeah, watch
this
it on
is releasing
Sunday.
Tuesday.
What?
This is releasing Tuesday.
Yeah.
You have a whole week almost to prepare to watch it with us on Sunday. We won't tell you what theater we're going to. We won't tell you what time. And we won't even tell you if we stick to Sunday.
We're college students, very obviously, at Clemson University. They're going to figure it out.
There's like 5 theaters around here. We can go see it at a different theater. We can go to a different state.
You said it was an AMC.
No, I didn't.
Okay, anyway.
All right.
We talked a lot about the plot in detail, which was our next point. I want to talk about the Riddler more. That's what I want to talk about most. I love the Riddler. I didn't know anything about him. All I had in my head was the question marks, the bowler hat, and
Yeah.
the cheesy version of him.
Yeah.
Dude, so cool.
He's
so
so
cool. If this is like I love detective shows. If you know anything about me, one thing that you need to know is I love detective shows. I love solving problems. I love crime fighting and crime solving and stuff, and like putting pieces together and like learning things. And when he was like the first riddle, where he was like he lies still, dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that for the rest of the movie.
That
He
was a
lies
good
still. Like how cool is that?
It's really cool.
It's so cool. I love the Riddler. I think the Riddler might be like one of my all-time favorite villains.
Batman villains?
Yeah.
I think this is probably one of my all-time favorite Batman movies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, we haven't gotten a detective Batman. We haven't gotten a Batman like this on the silver screen
And he still
ever.
makes mistakes, which I love.
I know.
He still follows up with Penguin, and he's like, "Oh, you're the
the rat with wings.
the rat with
Rata.
wings, El Rata
Alada.
Alada. Yes, El
El
Rata
Rata
Alada.
Alada.
You're the rat with wings," and he's like, "You're
El
dumb.
Rata?
You're dumb. You're so dumb." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean he's dumb? This is Batman we're talking about. Batman's brilliant, right? Like Batman never makes any mistakes. He made a mistake.
But
it's not him."
Yeah, it's year 2 Batman.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make all these mistakes. He's gonna be loose in the
But
combat.
even so, Dark Knight series, year 2 Batman didn't make that many mistakes.
I
He made
know.
one, but
I mean, I feel like the Dark Knight Batman is just an unmovable or an unstoppable force, and the Joker's an immovable object. That's a paraphrase from the movie. He's also trained by Ra's al Ghul in the Dark Knight trilogy. He's not trained by Ra's al Ghul. He's trained by Alfred.
That was what we were gonna mention earlier about Alfred. That's why he looks so.
He's trained by Alfred.
I'm funny.
You're funny.
Gary doesn't think I'm funny.
I didn't see your joke. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I'm sorry. Guys, I think women are funny, and I think this one is too.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty dope. I kind of feel like he will get trained by Ra's al Ghul.
I guess you can kind of call me a feminist for saying that women are
Are
funny.
you done with that yet?
I don't think he'll get trained by Ra's al Ghul.
You don't think so?
No.
You know, just keep going like this?
That's such a Batman origin story. We'll probably see Joker. We'll probably see Joker. We'll probably see...
that's the next thing that I erased for some reason. Future plans.
We'll probably see Joker.
End credit scene. We saw Joker.
A website. No, that wasn't an end credit scene.
Not the end credit scene, but
We
at
saw a
the end we
website
saw...
for
I'm talking about the end.
the end?
Yeah, the end. Who we saw with Riddler in the cage.
Yeah, Riddler was in a cell in Arkham Asylum, and the Joker was in
Is that
another cell.
100% confirmed that it's Joker?
Yeah. By Matt Reeves,
Who's Matt Reeves?
the director.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Okay, so we have the Joker.
I don't want to see another Joker.
I don't.
But Matt Reeves also said that he doesn't want to do a Joker. He said that that doesn't mean the Joker's going to be in the second movie. I don't really need another Joker. I don't want another Joker.
I'm cool with another Two-Face. I like Two-Face.
You know who I want to see? I want to see more
of Penguin?
Penguin, because Penguin just now became the Penguin, pretty much.
God, there's so much we could talk about this movie still.
There is.
We don't have to finish it here. We can just be like, we'll see it for part 2. We don't even need it. Well, we can do a rating.
We'll do a rating.
We should do a rating.
We'll see if we do a part 2. We'll talk.
We should do a part 2.
We'll talk about it.
But there's more we can talk about.
Okay.
And we can still do what you want. I promise.
Okay.
I promise. We have a whole semester ahead of us, Garrett. Okay? Relax.
Oh, no, we don't. All right.
We do, and we have a whole year after that.
I shouldn't be relating my... Let's do our scores.
I'm already looking at your score and being confused as to why that's your score.
Why?
I only saw one letter.
One letter?
One number of your score.
Man, I love the Penguin in this movie. I feel like this one, I need to regain my voice before we do our part 2. If we have a part 2.
I can't do this.
What should I... Oh, you know what? I'll use my favorite Batman tool.
Oh, that's a better... I just can't do art. I can't art. What else is new, guys?
It helps if you do sound effects.
Does it?
I just saw your score. I'm sorry. Hey.
You saw mine. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Oh my God. All right. Let's just show the audience.
Wait, I'm not done.
Okay.
I don't have another one.
What do you have? What do you have as your first one? Just whisper it to me.
No, I can't. I don't have either of them. You know what? I'm gonna be boring this time.
Oh my goodness. Do question marks and bats.
Ooh. I can't draw a bat. That's the problem. I tried drawing a bat and it turned out poorly.
Just try. Just look. It's gonna look bad, but at least I'll be at fault for it. Oh my God, that looks terrible.
It looks like a bone.
That does look like a bone. You know what? It's just a bone. It's a broken bone. There you go.
Okay.
I give it 8.5.
Why?
Penguins out of 10 grappling hooks.
Why?
It was good. It was better than Batman Begins, but I give Dark Knight a 9 out of 10. And
really?
I can't give this better than The Dark Knight. I can't give this better than The Dark Knight.
I thought your whole argument to me was that it was better.
No, it's better than Batman Begins.
Oh, that was never a question in my head.
It's better than the trilogy as a whole, I'd say.
I give it a 9.6.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
What are your things? Question marks and broken bones.
Question marks and broken bones. It was supposed to be the Batman symbol and cats.
And cats.
But Yeah, I suck. I gave it a 9.6. My only problems with the movie, already previously stated. One, it was slow at the beginning, and two, I don't like Bruce Wayne as of right now.
I love Bruce Wayne. I think,
I
well, we don't really
like
see Bruce
Christian
Wayne in
Bale.
this movie.
I like Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne.
You just don't like Robert Pattinson.
Robert
Pattinson.
No, I'm fine with that. I can look objectively to Robert Pattinson and Christian Bale, or not Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne. I don't know. I didn't like him. Also, I had another issue. That one's a little controversial, but we don't have to talk about it. But I like the I like the movie a lot. You should go watch it.
You should go watch it.
Again, you probably already have if you made it to this point of the video. So.
What else do we have to say? We might be doing a part 2. We'll see. This was Batman Part 1. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Because we can talk more about the Riddler and Penguin and Falcone. And Catwoman. We barely touched on Catwoman. And we can talk more about...
Maybe even the controversy surrounding this movie.
The Riddler. Talk more about the Riddler and the plot. Oh, so good.
All right, we'll see you for Batman Part 2. You convinced me.
Yes,
All right.
yes. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We're back into the darkness we go.
Oh, we don't have the...